guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. I have been wanting to film the Dollar Tree makeup challenge for a really long time now, but my Dollar Tree just never has enough makeup. They have random things here and there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, they were stocked. And I mean, they had everything you could think of. I picked up enough items to be able to create an entire full face of makeup, and I think I got some good stuff. There were some interesting items that I didn't know the Dollar Tree sold. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's dive into my bag of Dollar Tree makeup. I did spend a grand total of $19 before tax. But that's because I got a couple doubles of some items just in case one didn't work, which I will show you guys it all. Also, side note before I jump into makeup, does anyone else, whenever they walk into the Dollar Tree, play Liza Koshy's song, and then you stand in the aisle and you're like, $1? A sheet mask for $1? Oh gosh, okay, yeah. Not as funny as her, but I imagine that every single time I'm in the Dollar Tree. Whew, alright, so let's go ahead and get started with my brows. For brows, I found the LA Colors Brow Lift. This is a brow pencil and highlighter. So it is double-ended and I got the shade Light. I'm gonna go in with the brow pencil side and I'm just gonna start shaping out my brows. Honestly, that doesn't even feel that stiff. I was really worried it was going to be one of those that just scrapes across and doesn't leave any product, but I see some pigment. And the color isn't bad. I wouldn't say it's necessarily light. It's pretty dark for being the shade Light. All right, I'm going to try to fill in the front here a little bit. Oh, that's getting a little bit messy. I'm going to take a spoolie really quickly, comb through them. And I'm just gonna go through it one more time, fill in these sparse areas. And this product is a little bit too creamy for my liking, but honestly, if I have to choose between a product that is overly dry and creamy, I'd go with creamy. At least this is giving me some shape. Okay, that worked. I am gonna get back to the other side in like 2 seconds. I'm gonna take the concealer product. Is it a concealer? At least that's what I'm gonna use it for, and clean up around the brows to give them a little bit more shape. So the next product I'm gonna take is also by LA Colors. This is their liquid makeup. I have this shade True Beige, which I have a feeling may be a little bit too dark for me, but we're gonna test it out. It was the lightest shade they had. They didn't have anything that specifically said concealer, so this just looked the best for me, and it said shake well. I'm gonna pump some on the back of my hand here. And then my concealer brush is actually dirty, so I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush, which I got from the dollar store a couple months back. I bought a ton of Wet n Wild brushes from there, which I'm actually gonna use today because I saw them again in store, and I was like, I have those. I'm just gonna use the ones I got at home. So I'm just gonna be using this to clean up around the brows a little bit. I'm not even seeing a color from that. I think to actually see color from it, you have to put it on really thick. But once you start blending it out, it really disappears. Yeah, because I mean, look at that. I started blending that out and it's just like gone. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of this concealer and put it on my eyelid. I'm gonna use it like a primer today for the lids. Good Lord, I hope this works. Man, this is just so liquidy. It's going everywhere. I had to switch to my finger because it was just too runny. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna use that for concealer later because that just did nothing. I'm gonna go back really quickly to the Illuminator pen. See if we can highlight underneath this little brow bone right here. Maybe kind of difficult to tell on camera, but it is a very soft and subtle kind of silver highlight for the brow bone. I put a swatch here, but it really doesn't show up. If I tilt it, you guys can kind of see it kind of went all over. Oh, I almost forgot. I have one more brow product to put through the brows, which you may be shocked that this brand is in the Dollar Tree. They had Ardell. This is their Brow Building Fiber Gel. I got the shade Taupe, which I'm so excited I found one of these. I saw only the darker shades, and this was a hidden gem. Which Ardell is actually a really big brand, and they sell for a lot more than $1, so I was really shocked when I saw this was in there. So I'm just gonna coat through the brows using this. Honestly, it's not my best brow day here, but I mean, at least I have brows on my face. I think I'll have to try this again without the brow product underneath, but so far I like this one. And today I have two different eyeshadow palettes to play with. The first is by LA Colors. It is their 12 color eyeshadow, and it is called the Traditional. And the second is by Color Mates. It is their Tropical Fusion eyeshadow palette. And what I like is that it says up here, paraben free. Now, I have not seen this palette in stores before, and I haven't actually seen anyone else find it. I could be completely wrong, I just haven't seen it. Here's a little up close of the LA Colors eyeshadow palette, and of course it comes with this little spongy applicator. I'm not gonna use that. Here's the second palette, and it just looks so pretty. I'm honestly really torn between doing a very colorful look and doing something a little bit more fall inspired, but I feel like if I do something fall inspired and stick to these shades, you guys are gonna be like screaming at me in the comment section, so I think I'm gonna stick to some blues. And you know what? I wanna swatch a couple. I'm gonna take this blue down here, that blue right there, dark blue, and then maybe one of these neutral shades. Let's try it. Hello! Oh my gosh. That was the most annoying hello I've ever said. What? Okay. Yep, we're testing out the blues today. Come on, Dollar Tree, I like that. The only thing I do want to mention is this packaging is so flimsy. This top feels like it could break any second, but for $1, you can't expect that much. Now, I want something to set the lid because I didn't get much color from that concealer, so I'm gonna go in with another product, which is by Color Mates. It is a pressed powder in Rose Beige. This was the lightest powder they had in store and the only powder. So I am gonna be using this for also my face, which I'm hoping works for me. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, run it in that product, and then press it on to the lid all over, just to set everything. That liquid makeup did dry down completely. Almost felt like it disappeared, but I'm gonna use that as my base today anyway. I actually didn't realize there's like only 2 matte shades inside of this LA Colors palette, but I'm gonna start with the one that is right over here. And I'm gonna really swirl my brush around because it didn't look like I picked up any product. And I'm gonna be taking my Wet n Wild crease brush, which they do sell in stores there. These are my favorite blending brush. I absolutely love it. That did nothing. Swirl around again. All right, I'm gonna be taking this shade now. We're gonna see what we can do. And I'm taking this product, and once again, I'm gonna try to work it into the crease and this outer V area. I'm testing a theory here. I scraped some of it up with my fingernail, and I'm gonna dip into it like that. Try to get that powder on the brush. I'm going back in with this one over here, trying that method. And then let's try to pack this in the outer V and the crease. Come on, baby. Now I see a tint of something. Not exactly a tint of what I want. All right, you know what? I'm gonna try a couple more colors and then I'm gonna go to my plan B. I'm gonna try some of these shimmery shades, see if they can work out in the crease. I don't ever use shimmery shades in the crease. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't do it. But I wanna try to make this eyeshadow look work. All right, darkest shade, let's do this. One down here. Yeah, no, I'm calling it. This palette, garbage. I can't use it. So I'm moving into plan B now, which plan B is taking what I was gonna use for contour today. This is a brand I actually haven't seen at Dollar Tree before. It is called Beauty Benefits Hollywood. This is their bronzer in espresso. So this was a matte powder. Fingers crossed, you guys. Let's take this in the crease and outer V. I'm seeing some color here. And I think since I just have this one shade really to work with as a matte shade, I'm gonna go in with it in like levels. I'm gonna run it through the crease, fluff and blend it out, and have it a little bit lighter, and then I'm gonna try to pack on a little bit more color out here in the outer V later and see if we can build it up. All right, now I'm gonna be taking my Makeup Geek Soft Dome Brush and I'm gonna take a little bit more powder. And this one, I'm gonna try to really concentrate out here on the outer V, see if we can deepen things up a little bit more. So I'm just gonna start packing that color right out here. I think it may take a couple tries, but I think we can build it. And I think that is the best we can build it up to. So I'm gonna try my hardest to make this work. So what I'm gonna do is take this shade right here. I'm gonna take it on my finger because it's, whoa, told you, flimsy. Because usually it applies a lot better on your finger. And there was no setting spray at the Dollar Tree, so I can't use any. And I'm gonna use this to apply all over the lid. And that actually has quite a bit of payoff. I like that. I'm gonna take a little bit on my brush. This is my MAC 248. What I'm gonna do is just try to bring it up to about here. Just keep packing that shade on. Then I'm gonna take this brown shimmery shade over here. Start placing it a little bit out here in the outer corner. Going back and forth between my finger and the brush again. So I'm just doing a lot of layering here. I'm trying to build up that color. Man, it is Fallout City there. Then I wanna go in with this lighter shade. Place that on this inner 1/3 part. And we're finally making some progress. I'm actually liking this. You know what, that actually doesn't look that bad. I really like those shimmery shades on the inside there. Those actually had a lot of good payoff. I am gonna get back to the under eyes once we do the face. For the face, there was no kind of primer there, so we're just gonna jump right into the foundation. I picked up one by Sassy and Chic. This is their moisturizing foundation. I got the shade Light 1 Pale. And to use with the foundation, I picked up one Sassy and Chic Blender Sponge. And I'm gonna wet this really quickly and see if it expands, feels any softer. I fully wet it and it did not seem like it changed the sponge at all. It's still pretty tough, but I'm still gonna use it. We're gonna make an attempt. I'm gonna put a little bit of this moisturizing foundation down. Start trying to work it out with a sponge. So I'm just blending out this foundation and good gravy. Feels like I'm beating my face with a rock. Can you guys hear that? It does look like it is blending in the foundation, but geez, this just does not feel good. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I made an attempt. Would not recommend that beauty sponge. So it actually says on the back of the little foundation thing that you should apply it with your fingertips. So I'm gonna try that on the opposite side. This is gonna feel very weird. It's kind of like a moisturizer in a way. You could probably use a sponge with this because the other side looks fine. I don't really see a difference using the fingertips. But I'm just gonna continue putting this in all over the face. I'm gonna take a sponge though. I'm gonna take my normal Real Technique sponge and I'm just blending that in like I normally would. I'd say this isn't bad. It kind of feels like a BB cream to me. It's not much coverage. It gives you just like a little tint to help kind of even you out. I think to just help conceal a little bit more, I'm gonna take just a little bit more of this foundation and to see if we can just build that up just a little bit more to use as a concealer. And I'd say that's not bad at all. Now I'm gonna go in with that same Color Mates compact from before, and I'm gonna take it on my Luxie 522. And I'm just gonna set this foundation. I'm gonna put some underneath the eyes. Gonna set the nose a little bit, you know, the oily areas on the chin and on the forehead as well. There we go. Looks like it helped set everything and make it look very matte in the face. Now let's take this little compact once more, the one by Beauty Benefits. This was a bronzer in Espresso, but it just looks so nice and dark and matte that I could use it as contour, was my idea. I'm gonna swatch it for you just so you can see, in case you happen to come across Espresso. That's what that shade looks like. And I'm gonna take it on my Wet n Wild contour brush, which they do sell at Dollar Tree. And honestly, I do really enjoy this brush. You will have seen me use it in multiple videos. Wow, that was pigmented. I was not expecting that. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be a lot less pigmented because of how it was working out on the eyes. It didn't seem that pigmented. I think I just gotta blend. Blend, 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 blend. So I'm just doing how I normally would with my contour. Just hitting the cheekbones, a little bit on the sides here, jawline, tiny bit along the forehead. I actually really like that. I am even gonna take a little bit and just kind of chisel out the nose. I do also have a bronzer to test out, which is by LA Colors. It is the Bronzer Gorgeous Bronze Glow in Bronzed Beauty. Let's swatch this one. I'm gonna put it next to the shade I used for contour. Oh my gosh, that looks like a really shimmery eyeshadow on me. My goodness. I don't know if I'd use that for bronzer. I'm having an internal struggle if I want to use that. I almost just want to pop it on the lids. I'll go gently, so gently. Should have listened to my instinct. Shouldn't have done that. Nope. Should not have done that. Alright, I'm gonna sit here and blend for like 5 minutes. You know what, I have to even myself out because otherwise it's just gonna look crazy. Yeah, just way too shimmery to be a bronzer in my opinion. I don't like things that shimmery. Next up, we got some blush, which is another LA Colors product. This is their powder blush in Pink Blush. I went ahead and swatched it out right there. It is a very light pink blush. So I'm gonna dip my Smith 112 brush into it. See if we can add a little rosiness to the cheeks. That actually looks really pretty. Very soft. I needed something soft after that bronzer. Oh my gosh. At least with these, we're not having a problem with pigment. Then this was another one of my, I want to see if I can make this work. So this is also by Beauty Benefits Hollywood. It is a blush. It is in the shade Peach, but I was thinking I could try to use this as highlight. And shoot, just because a product says it's a blush doesn't mean you have to use it as such. This does not look like a blush to me at all. There is what that looks like swatched out. So I'm gonna take my little highlighter brush. This one's by Morphe. It's the Y14. And let's try to highlight. I am looking like a Neapolitan ice cream down here. And I love it. That is 100% a highlighter, you guys. That is a highlighter if I ever saw one, and I've seen a ton. I'm gonna highlight the usual places, you know, the cheekbone, a little Cupid's bow, down the bridge of the nose. What's funny is I kept dipping back into it to get a little bit more product, and you can see the blush is starting to come off in the pan. Jeez, that is actually really blinding as a highlight. Can't fool me. I knew that was a highlighter. I have 2 lip products I can choose from, so I'm actually gonna leave that for last after the eyes are done, so we know which to pick. So what I'm gonna do is go back into this Color Mates palette, take this shade first, and I wanna start packing that color on this inner 1/3 of the eye. And I'm taking that on the Vintage Step 1 brush. And then I'm gonna take that shade right below it, a little bit of a deeper sea green shade. Same brush, and I'm gonna put this in the middle 1/3. Ooh, that is pretty. I know this is a little bit more of a summery look, but hey. And then, yep, you guessed it, I'm gonna take this kind of navy blue shade and place this in the outer 1/3 area. Just gonna blend these all together. Wow, those blues actually had a lot of pigment. I am shocked. So just completing that on both sides. Then I want to create a wing, so I got one liquid liner by ColorMates. This is in the shade Black and actually has a little tiny mirror right there. However, this is such a tiny mirror. My goodness. You'd have to hold it so close to be able to use that. I'm gonna wing it out from where that blue kind of meets the brown shade. That actually applied really easily. It did not have any struggling or any skipping. Ooh, and that just completely helped the look out. This specific kind of liquid liner you do have to get used to. It's a little bit trickier to get the hang of than using like say a felt tip. But once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. Alright, that was actually a good little liner. I am gonna keep my eyes kind of down and let it dry. It does look like it's a little bit liquidy. And I don't want to look up and then have it transfer. So I'm gonna fan this for a second. Then I was so excited to see this one. This is by Wet n Wild. It is their Mega Wear Mascara. Oh, and it is in the shade Very Black. And then here is what the wand looks like. So I'm just coating up the top and lower lashes. With mascara, I'm really picky, but this isn't actually bad. I really liked it on the lower lash line. It really helped to separate and define them. Then I found some lashes. This is by LA Colors. It is their Drama Lash. And I believe this is the style, and it is called Entice. So I'm gonna plop these on my face really quickly. They did have the Wet n Wild lashes, but I have tested those out before. I don't like them. They look really fake when you put them on. And they honestly look a little bit plasticky, so I avoided getting those, and I thought, why not try the LA Colors instead? I'm gonna put a little bit liner on top of the lash band to help conceal things. I wouldn't say I like these any better than the Wet n Wild ones. They feel very stiff, and they don't really want to curve with the eye shape. They kind of want to just go like straight out. So I'm having a difficult time trying to keep these inner corners to stay down. They're not wanting to cooperate with me. And they don't really look the most natural. You can kind of tell they're false lashes. But I'll leave them on for you guys to see. Ooh, moving on to the last product, which I have two to choose from. I have one from Beauty Benefits Hollywood. It is their liquid lipstick. It is a matte finish, and I have the shade Mauve. And then they also had Wet n Wild lipsticks. This one is in Breeze. There is the liquid lipstick in Mauve. And then right above it, I put the shade Breeze. Which if I was being little old safe me, I would be going in with Breeze. But I want to try the liquid lip by this brand Beauty Benefits. I'm wondering though if this is going to dry down. It says it's a liquid lip, but it could be a non-drying formula. To me, this feels more like a gloss. It's very sticky and it is very shiny. It does not look matte at all, but it does look like a very cute pinky shade. I wonder if I can top a little bit of the Wet n Wild on top. I wanted to tone down the pink just a little bit since we had all that blue going on. We are finally done with the full face of Dollar Tree makeup, and I honestly, starting out, did not think we were gonna make it to this point. The eyeshadow scared the living bejeebus out of me because I did not think that was gonna pan out at all, and I was just gonna be left with no eyeshadow. Of course, there was a few straight up fails. The product just did not work. But I would still say that there were some good items kind of sprinkled in there. My favorites has to be this contour shade. I mean, that was so pigmented, it caught me off guard. I would actually see myself using this again. It looked really good before I piled that really shimmery bronzer on top. The mascara was good, the liquid liner was good. I will be testing out the Ardell on another day, seeing how that performs on its own. And this eyeshadow palette I felt like had quite a bit of pigment. It is a little bit more on the softer side, and I feel like if I were to wear this throughout the day, it may fade. And with the other one being just such a fail and not even working, honestly, I'd say just spend, what is it, like $4 now for a Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette that they have at Walmart. Those palettes are incredible. You get such good pigmentation in those, so I would say just go with one of those instead of buying one of these and hoping it works out. That's at least my 2 cents. But I think it was actually a really good video. I think we were able to make a pretty good makeup look. I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. But that was it for today's Dollar Tree makeup challenge. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.